戦やピポプチョガンザマザレがランダ走り回って奴らを感謝
Gantz is an anime by Gonzo Animation Studio, so after hearing this I could already assume a few things about the anime. Animation quality would randomly fluctuate, the anime would probably differentiate from the manga near the end of the series, causing it to have a completely different ending, and there would be crappy CG included that would stick out as much as a girl attending a Star Trek convention. So after watching the series, I can say that I was pretty much spot on in all three assumptions. The story of Gantz goes like this. Kei Kurone is your typical horny, selfish high school student, who one day by chance, is forced to help his childhood friend Kaito rescue a drunken hobo who's fallen on the train tracks. After rescuing the hobo, they both predictably die from an incoming train due to their complete inability to climb over a 2-foot wall. Moments later, they are transported into a room filled with other people who have also supposedly died, gathered around a black ball named Gantz. From this point on, they are forced by Gantz to participate in games of alien huntings of great dangers and horrors, all while wearing the Gantz suit. An outfit resembling a skin-tight Evangelion Gimp suit that's been tentacle-raped, which for me didn't really shout slick squad of assassins murdering countless aliens, but was more the author's way of telling the cosplayers, why not have a go if you think you're hard enough? As far as the cast goes, the main character Kei is depicted as, for lack of a better word, a cunt. But wait, that's not all, because apparently all humans in this series are portrayed as cunts, except for of course Kaito, who's just a big soft pussy, and evidently the only big soft pussy in the endless sea of dicks that are present in this series. That analogy made more sense in my head. Oh, and there's also Kei Kishimono, but she might as well be replaced by a pair of tits attached to a long stick and it would serve the same purpose as she does now. Anyway, this was a very violent anime, complete with plenty of gore and a ridiculously high body count. One thing I actually liked about Gantz was that no character was safe, and everyone seemed to be so disposable. I mean sure, at the beginning of a mission you'd have your usual set of characters whose death is so predictable they might as well be the only black guy in a horror movie walking down a dark basin by himself and uttering the phrase, "I'll be right back." But some characters die who you think will survive, and you just can't tell who will live and who will die at the end of a mission, which I thought was cool, since it actually built up some proper tension in the series. There's also plenty of nudity in this show, with nipples being shown at the drop of a hat, which is partly due to the fact that gore and nudity feel like two pissheads in a kebab shop, but probably mainly due to the main character, since he's likely the horniest motherfuckers in the history of horny motherfuckers. The average person thinks about sex every 7 seconds, but for Kei it seems more like every 0.5 seconds, and for every other 0.5 seconds he's thinking about how to get sex. I mean, it seems like he's forgotten the name of the whiny, naggy piece of skin surrounding the tits and the vagina called the woman. Isn't that right, Kei?
Not now! Oh jeez, I will not get a stiffy, I will... Oh, fuck!
Oh, and just a quick warning, there is a sex scene in this anime for some reason. As if this anime needed a bigger hard-on for itself. One problem I had with the series was that the pace was just so bloody slow and just takes ages for characters to actually decide to do something. For example, in one of the beginning episodes, Kaito just stands there debating the ethics of killing an alien after he's just gorily murdered about 5 other people in front of him, while the alien just politely stands there picking his nose with the gun pointed at him, perhaps due to his well-bred manners of letting someone decide whether or not he should kill you when you could just easily tear him limb from limb. This standoff goes on for about 10 slow, agonizing minutes, and I don't know what annoyed me more. The fact that Kaito should just pull the trigger, the fact that the alien just stands there and does nothing, or the fact that everyone around him just watches and does fuck all about it. The damage in this series doesn't really make sense either, since in the first 3 episodes, one of the main characters almost dies from blood loss when he gets his wrist slightly cut, but later on in the series, getting your arms and legs sliced off seems to be as life-threatening as a fucking splinter, and about as painless as one as well apparently. The animation in this series I thought was great, well all except for the CG bits at least, which was basically Gonzo Animation Studio waving around their big 3D effects penis in an attempt to make the animation cooler and more fan-wankable or something. But ultimately it just looks like a 5-year-old made the 3D models using Play-Doh and animates as smoothly as a pig riding a unicycle. As far as the ending goes, I thought the anime ended just as it started to get good and I was left wanting more, which really annoyed me. To me the main bulk of the anime was addictive due to the fact that I could see that potentially this anime could get to be really good. And just as we started to see the character development of Kei the cunt to Kei the super badass motherfucker who's still a cunt but now has some bloody balls, the anime just ends abruptly.
Man, that guy's one bad mother. Shut your mouth! Yeah, but you can dig it, can't ya?
Overall I thought Gantz was a good anime even though it was a bit slow. It was a very addictive anime, but because of the pace I found I had to watch many episodes in a row until I felt satisfied. Though the ending was rushed and overall just shit, the manga does continue on the storyline for all you manga fans out there. All in all, you should think of Gantz as a teenage boy who's just reached puberty and is discovering his new taste. He has a slight obsession with gore, and has trouble not getting a hard-on any time members of the opposite sex are near him. Overall, I give this anime a 7 out of 10. 赤く燃える心、言葉奪わ